Hello everyone, my name's Ryan and welcome to our brand new Excel Tennis at Home videos. In these sessions we hope to create some really fun content for you guys to try at home, in your garden, in your living room. The idea is that you can do this by yourself in your own time or alongside us in the videos. Okay, so for the first session we're looking at getting ready. Now getting ready is very important in any sport you're doing, but especially in tennis. So what do we need to start with? It's a warm-up. Okay then, so for our warm-up, all you need is just a little bit of space, and we're going to start with some very simple jogging on the spot. So let's go now, guys. So we want to try and stay on our toes if we can, and use your arms as well to get you moving. That's it. Right then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout the word ready. Now, if I shout the word ready, I'd like everyone to get into this position here. All right, so we're going to be hands out in front, knees bent, and we're going to be ready to go. All right, so that's if I shout the word ready. And then we're going to go back to some jogging on the spot again, just like this. So we're going to go jogging on the spot, that's it. And ready. Excellent, well done. Back to jogging again, back to jogging. There we go. So we'll keep using our arms on our toes. And ready. Brilliant, how are those positions looking, everyone? All right, we'll go back to jogging, we'll go one more time. Here we go, and ready. Fantastic, good job. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out a few different things. So it could be jogging on a spot like before, or it could be things like jumping, hopping, but still listen out for the word ready, because we're still going to try and get into that same position if you hear the word ready, okay? So we're going to start with the jogging, nice and simple, and then we're going to move to jumping. So we're going to go jumping on the spot. That's it, again, on your toes is really important here, and back to jogging again. And let's try hopping. We're going to go one leg. And ready position, ready. Brilliant, okay, back to jogging again, back to jogging. And this time we're going to go high knees, go bring your knees up nice and high. And back to jogging again, back to jogging. And this time we're going to try and go heels to your bum. That's it, and back to jogging, and ready. Brilliant, we're going to go two more, everyone, two more. So jogging on the spot, we're going to go a little bit faster. Can we go a little bit faster? A bit faster again. And jumping on the spot. And ready. Super, last one, here we go. So we're going to go high knees again, high knees. And back to jogging, high heels. And back to jogging, jumping on the spot. Hopping on one leg, hopping on the other leg. And ready. Excellent, well done guys. So that was our warm up. Hopefully you guys are feeling ready for the next thing now. So the next thing we're going to do is introduce a ball. Now if you've got a ball around the house, that's perfect. So a tennis ball, a sponge ball. But if not, that's not a problem. I've actually got a rolled up pair of socks here which I'm going to use, which works exactly the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do with my pair of socks, I'm going to get into that nice ready position which we had earlier on and have the socks out in front of me. And nice and simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pop and catch. Okay, nice and simple. Try to stay in the same position. I'm going to go pop and catch. Very, very simple. Now, if you did have a ball, what we can do is let the ball bounce in between. So we're going to go pop, bounce, and then catch. Exactly the same idea, just for the bounce. We're going to go pop, bounce, and catch. So if you notice, when I do it, the ball's not losing control. It's staying about head height when I pop it up into the air. And I'm trying to stay in this position as much as I can when I pop the ball and catch it. We're going to go pop, bounce, and catch. Or even without the bounce again, pop and catch. But I'm still trying to stay in this position as much as possible and then keeping it at a nice comfortable height where I'm able to catch the ball under control. Okay, so we'll go a few more goes, that's it. So we're going to go pop, bounce and catch, or we can just go pop, and catch straight away. It's up to you, depending on what equipment you have. Here we go. We're gonna go 2 more. Pop, bounce and catch. With that nice position, gonna bend our knees and catch. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a clap. So what we're going to do, exactly the same starting position, same idea with the pop up into the air, but after we popped it, I'm going to try and clap before I then catch the ball. Here we go. Right. You could also do it with a bounce if you'd like, if you've got the ball. Excellent, well done guys. Now if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, what we can do is we can add more claps as we go. So if you can do the 1 clap like we've just done here, got 1 clap and catch. What we can do now is move on to 2 claps. So you can do the same thing, pop, 2 claps and then catch. If you can do 2 claps, maybe try 3. But what I want to make sure is that we're keeping that control as I've said. And we also want to make sure we catch it before we move on to the next number. So you can't go straight to 100, you've got to make sure you work up 1 by 1. So here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, see how many you guys can get up to, and of course you can do it without the bounce if you'd like. So you can just do the 1 clap and 2 claps. So have a few moments now, see how many you can get up to. Welcome to part 3 of our first session. Now what we're going to do is add in the racket. As before, if you've got a racket, that's brilliant. If not, we might have to get a little bit creative. So what I've got here is a folder, but you could use a book, anything similar, with a nice hard flat surface that you can use to hit the ball. Okay, so now I've got my ball and my racket. Now, who can remember that position was in earlier? That's it. So it was the ready position. Good, so we're going to try and have that ready position here. But what I'm going to do is just bring my racket out in front like this, and then place the ball on my racket. Now what my challenge is to you guys is we're going to see if we can keep that ball on the racket for 10 seconds. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent, well done. Okay, so what we're going to do now, if you didn't have your racket, of course we can use a book or a folder, and we're going to try and pop the ball on that there. And we're just going to start moving around. So we're still going to try and keep our racket or our book nice and level. And we're going to see if we can keep the ball on as we're moving around. So just a little bit left and right, trying to keep it as flat as possible. Don't drop it, don't drop it. That's it, see if you can move around. That's it, well done. So make sure you're not dropping it, keeping it nice and level. Can we go for another 5 seconds, guys? Brilliant, and one more challenge for you guys. So we're going to have that ball again on the racket. I can see if we can get down onto the ground, but keeping the ball on there, and then stand back up again. So maybe sit down and stand up. Here we go. So you've got to keep it really flat and level. I'm down. And then stand back up. Well done. Okay, so for the next thing, I'm going to get back into my ready position at the start, racket and ball. What I'm going to do, drop the ball and then see if I can catch it with my racket underneath. Here we go. So you'll notice I've got to bend my knees to get down underneath, and it's a nice gentle movement to catch the ball. Excellent, here we are. If you wanted to, we could of course pop the ball up into the air. Again, make sure that racket's underneath the ball to catch it. Now if you didn't have a tennis ball and you're perhaps using some socks, it works exactly the same, but we just have to go for the one up in the air. So make sure you really watch it and get that racket underneath. So for today's challenge, we're going to do some tap-ups. Very, very simply, we've got our racket out in front and we've got the ball ready to go, and we're going to see how many times we can tap the ball up into the air. Make sure you keep it nice and controlled as always, racket facing upwards. Now if you want a bit more of a challenge, that's fine. I'm going to give you two other ones to try. The first one is using both sides of the racket. So we're going to pop it up with one side, twist the racket, so we're using one side and then the other side. The final one you could try is hitting the ball down into the ground. So tap downs work just like this. Trying to hit the ball at the top of the bounce just before it starts to fall. You might have to hit it a little bit harder on this one to get the ball to bounce up to you. So there you have it guys. Give those 3 challenges a try and you can always let us know how you get on, and we'll see you all next week.